Hello and a very good morning, good afternoon, welcome to Crafters TV. My name's Ben Mosby. Thank you for joining us. Hope your Thursday's going well. This is my penultimate day before my Christmas break. It's Christmas! So I'm quite excited about that. But I tell you what, lots of excitement here at Crafters TV. Loads going on. I'll tell you, we've launched our winter sale over on the website, up to 70% off. And from the chat that was coming in from you guys a little bit earlier on, there's loads of great deals. I've had a little sneaky peek myself, and I've seen, quite a few lovely bargains, but lots of you chatting about the deals that we've got going there. And also worth mentioning that for today and today only, if you spend £20 or $20, you will get an extra 100 bonus points, which is phenomenal. So get shopping today, get those extra bonus points for your Club Inspire, and it could be the purchase that gets you over into the next level, keeps your status as we head into the new year. But lots of reasons to watch and shop today. And of course, this particular show you have tuned into is an award-winning show. It is our craft along. If you've not seen this show before, this is where we give you the opportunity to craft along with us in real time. All right, so we do things nice and slowly. If you need things repeating, we repeat. If you need measurements again, we can give you those. And if you need us to slow down, speed up, you can tell us in the comments, and we will make sure that you've got the ability to craft along with us. We're concentrating today on the Intri'Lace dies. If you've already got these and you haven't yet seen the list of what you need to take part, we'll recap on that before we get started. However, if you haven't yet got the collection, the details on your screen here, which I'll run through in more detail in just a bit, you can pick these up today, and then you'll have this 2-hour craft along to work with once you've got your goodies. It all falls into place rather nicely. And leading this craft along, what is going to be an extravagantly beautiful card is my extravagant, beautiful TV wife, Debbie Robinson.
Why, thank you, Ben. What
You're
a lovely
welcome.
descriptive welcome that was. Yes, Craft Along, one of my favourites, now of course award-winning show. This is going to be a Craft Along real time from the start to the finish. I promise you, craft along with us. Ben is going to give you the list in a moment, but honestly, this is just a fabulous way of learning how to use the dies, because the dies that we've got on are the Intri'Lace. But I'm going to teach you a lovely stepper card, and it's a bit of a staggered stepper card, this one. But again, I'm going to show you, we're going to make this from the start to the finish using myself and Ben there in the middle of the card.
There we are.
There we are. To the one
Don't tell Laura.
No, don't tell Laura. She didn't know. But I'm going to show you how you're going to be able to create this lovely card. Of course, you can choose your own sentiments. These don't have to be used because we do have some fabulous dies that are on there that will complement this gorgeous collection. But honestly, we're going to do real time, start to finish. And if we have time, we're going to do a box for this as well. So we're going to create a box and maybe use one of the other dies that will work really well with this beautiful design that we've got in front of us. So get yourself ready. Ben's going to give you the shopping list. I'm going to get myself sorted. I'm just wondering if they put A3 card on there, Ben. Did they put A3 card on that list?
We'll soon find out, won't we?
Thank you.
Yes, I can see it.
Can you see it?
I saw
Fabulous.
it there. Just flashed up. Here we go. So the full list of everything that you will need. Then we'll do a few hellos and see who's with us. So you're going to need your EveryDay Intri'Lace, the one I love, and framed with love sets. You'll need your creator card triple easel hearts, love greeting, your swirly floral stamp set, and then your 12x12 textured cardstock in the brights, and your 12x12 paper pad farmhouse. Thing is that we always say this is what you'll need to actually copy it, step by step, and to do exactly what Debbie's doing. If you want to use other colours, you can do. It's entirely up to you. You'll need some A4 white stamping card, your A3 Centura Pearl, silver glitter card, A4 Centura Pearl, royal blue and baby pink, and you'll also need some A5 heavyweight acetate. Then you'll need your additional elements, the usual kind of things really. You'll need your Gemini machine, you'll need a bone folder, scoreboard, guillotine, your Spectrum Noir Midnight in the quick dry. You'll need your red liner tape, your tape pen and your dotty tape pen. You'll need some all-purpose glue, tacky glue, gems, blue ribbon and a partridge in a pear tree. Lots of you, you won't need the partridge. Lots of people joining us. Miss USA Lady says, good morning, everyone. Hope everyone's having a great day. We are. Sarah Brown says, hello, everyone. Crafters TV, Debbie, Ben, and all the gang. I may not stay long tonight. I'm already into Friday morning at 2 a.m. I mean, that is early. Just popped in to say a huge hello. Hello, Sarah. Go to bed.
Yes.
Yes.
Go and get some sleep, Sarah.
Yes.
You can watch us later. You can craft along later. I want you to go and get some sleep. Go and get some sleep. And we'll see you in a bit.
Mary from Maine is in. Rhonda from Chicago. Anne is in from Bristol. And Olga is in from Brooklyn, New York. And Cheryl says, hi, Debbie. Love this card so much. I can't wait to see how it's done. Marcella says, hi, happy holidays. You rock that sweater. Thank you. Right. The deal is right here for you before we get cracking on. Also meet our guest who's going to be crafting along with us. The Intri'Lace Die 4-piece collection, which also very handily comes with your die tool brush because it will come very much in handy, but these are fantastic for the fact, as we chatted about these earlier on, they are going to cut through more pieces of your cardstock for you. They are also going to create for you, well, they're a die grid is what we called them, didn't we? Die grid. Because you've got like a create a card effect with these, you've got the edgeable effect on these if you want to as well, but quite simply, these are big, bold dies, beautiful designs as well, that even if you are completely new to crafting, are going to make you look like an absolute superstar straight off the bat. 4 beautiful designs, plus you've got your die brush tool with that sponge included as well. Everyone saves £18.96 or $24.15. Platinum price is £52.79 or $68.48. And remember, that is going to get you, on top of the points you're already going to get from your purchase today, another 100 bonus points because you're spending over £20 or $20, which is, yes, producer Johnny, super wow. Let's give you just a couple more moments to get your pieces? What is wrong with me today? Get your bits and pieces and pizza ready as we say hello to the guest who's going to be crafting along with us. It is the lovely Jenny Barger. Jenny, I feel like I saw you only yesterday. How are you?
I think it was yesterday.
I think it was.
I'm great.
We had fun yesterday with the last craft along, didn't we?
Yes, we did. That was really, really fun.
And what about this collection today? Is it one that you use quite a lot in your daily crafting life?
Yeah, I actually have used all 4 of those and made cards with them, and they're so much fun to use, and they're quite easy as well. They're not complicated at all. So I'm anxious. I've got an idea for this one that's going to be a little different, but you'll see it later.
What about that, Debbie? Changing it up just a little bit as well.
I like it, Jen. Yeah, absolutely. I'm really excited because Jenny joined me on my last craft along when I did the black and white concepts, and Jenny laid down the challenge. She did all those and did the extra, which was beautiful, by the way. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. So it's lovely to have you with us again today, Jenny.
Thank you.
All right. Well, Jenny is with us. I am ready. Jenny's ready. Are you ready in the gallery, guys? They're ready. You guys, I think, are ready at home as well. If you are crafting along with us, make sure you let us know in the comments. And by the way, once you finish, do send in a little picture as well of what you've made so we can share all of your makes later on in the show or at the start of our cartload extravaganza a little bit later on. Peg just says, wow, look at that card. Va-va-va-boom. 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 Va-va-va-va-boom. And Val says, hi, Ben and Debbie. Looks like a lovely card. I'll be taking notes to make later as I must write some Christmas cards from Val in Southampton. Right, let's get cracking with this one then. So, Debbie, let's get started. What do we need to do first?
So I'm going to show you how to make the stepper base. So we're going to go from a piece of A3 cardstock into a stepper base like so. Now, as with all of mine, whenever I do a base or a card, I always cut a blank out and then write my measurements on, which is what I've done with this one. So I've just pulled it out of my little stash. Took a little bit of inspiration from our Sarah, of all people, would you believe?
Oh,
yes, yeah. I saw one that Sarah did and I was like, oh, I really like that. That looked lovely on a craft along. And that's exactly what I've done. I've just been biding my time, Joe, biding my time.
Joe?
Did I call you Joe?
Yeah, you did.
Oops. Slip of the tongue.
That's a bit
How
bad,
did
isn't it?
I get you mixed up with
How?
Joe? How did I do that?
I'll let you off.
Of course of course.
off.
And do you know, if it makes you feel any better, I do it with my kids.
Oh, do you?
So I call Liam Tanya, or I call Tanya Tasha, I call Tasha Tanya. Who knows what comes out of my mouth, honestly.
So it's just a term of endearment, really.
It is a term of endearment, because I know exactly who you are, Ben.
Thank you.
I know exactly who you are. Right, so yes, grab your A3 sheet of card. Now, this doesn't have to be, I mean, I've gone for a double-sided, I've actually gone for the double-sided fresh white. You could go for any A3 cardstock, whether it be white, whether it be a colour. There's, you know, we do pastels and things like that. And if you've not got A3 cardstock, don't worry, because you could go back, you could go and get hold of some, you could save this show, and then you could go back and do this with this, because I wanted to make a bigger one that would fit the particular die that I'm using. So I am using the one I love, but of course you could use this with any of the dies that come in this collection. So with this in mind, I just need to chop a little bit off, and I'm going to show you a way that I do it, because the guillotine, and I've gone for the large guillotine, when you extend the leg or arm, as our Joe calls it, he calls it an arm, I call it a leg. What do you call it?
No, we had this conversation last time.
Yeah, so you call it an arm as well, don't you?
Yeah,
I call it a leg. Just must be me.
It's an extended arm, isn't it?
Well, I still think, whatever it is, I'll tell you what it is, a fantastic piece of equipment.
It is, and just by the way, can we just use Johnny's little tagline there? Whatever you call it, it doesn't cost an arm on a leg, and it's back in stock. See what he did there? Good one. Back in stock in the US.
Oh, perfect.
Johnny, you're
Absolutely
wasted in the gallery. You really are.
Right, so extend your arm or your leg, but it only goes up to 13 inches. I'm saying only. Only. Can you believe I'm saying only?
Only 13 inches.
13 inches is a whopping size. Can I just say, it's a large, long size of that. But the piece that I want is 16 inches. This is not sounding right, is it? I want it's these boys I'm working with. John's not helping because he's giggling over there. Producer Johnny giggling. Look at Ben, look at Ben. Ben, you've gone beetroot red. Right, can we come back to the room, please? I want a size 16 inches by 8 inches. But my big, large guillotine there won't cut the 16 inches. So I'm going to pop it onto my glass mat. I'm going to, how many minutes are we in this show and it's all gone wrong? Let's go back to the glass mat.
Oh, I've got a sweat on.
So, shouldn't wear that big thick jumper, should you? So pop your cardstock onto
you, that's what it is.
Pop your cardstock onto the bottom of the bottom of the plate, bottom of your glass mat. Measure it to the 16. So by that I mean go to the 16 and give it a little pencil mark. And the lovely thing about this is that you'll know exactly where it is on your board to the top part as well, because literally you've got the grid of there to help you. Are you all right now, Ben?
I'm all right, thank you.
That's okay, right, okay. Now, we're going to just use our guillotine and use those little pencil marks as a guide to helping us take that part off there. So I'm going to go onto the large guillotine, and on that silver edge of the blade, where my pencil marks at the bottom and the top, we're going to snip that down, and that is your 16-inch base. And then what we need to do, and we'll do it in a moment, because again, when you bring your large guillotine in, I can't cut it that way now at 8 inches. So I'm going to show you a little quick tip that you need to use with your scoreboard now, and use, where's the large one gone? Where's it? John, where's the large?
I don't know.
Where's it disappeared to?
Who's
moved?
John!
Who's moved the big scoreboard? Where's it gone?
You got the large one. He just got to get it.
I tell you what, tell him not to worry. I'm going to use my small one.
He's running now, just seen him.
I know he has.
I
tell you what, because the small one, large one, joking aside, will work anyway. So let's use this one. Tell John to down tools. He can go.
He can't. He's gone now.
Oh, bless him. Oh. Well, I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to take this large piece of cardstock and we're going to score it at 8 inches from the top to the bottom. Oh, the only reason I like the large one, God love him, he's got
he's brought his large one now.
Not the large guillotine, the large scoreboard, John. It's quite all right, but don't worry, John. It's okay. I'm going to use a small one. It's fine. Yeah, I'm going to use a small. Bless his little heart. Right, so
A3. What size is A3 in inches? Someone's just asked.
it's 16 and
16 and a half by
16 and a little bit.
16 and a half, isn't it? By 11 and 3/4.
Yes, I think yes. Just I always say 16 and a half inches with a little slither by 11 and a quarter, just a slither under.
Okay.
So that's the size of your A3 cardstock.
There you
so
go.
That's a good question to ask, because people are probably thinking, oh, do you know what I could have done? Could have done it even easier way. Just turned it round the other side and chopped half off.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
He's
God
brought
love him.
it
He's
anyway. Look at him.
Well, do you know now he's gone to all that trouble to
You
find
don't
it
need
for
it.
me? I'm going to use it.
Oh, you are going to use it.
Thank you. He's such a kind soul. He
Oh,
is.
dear.
Oh, right. Back into the building,
Good.
back into the room.
Yeah.
We're going to score this at 8 inches. So pop that up to the left-hand side of the board and then take your 8-inch mark, and you're going to go from the top to the bottom,
Yep.
all the way down. And that's all you're going to do for now, because we're going to fold that in half. We're going to burnish it.
Yes.
You're then going to bring back in that large guillotine. And now we can chop it down to 8 inches, because guess what? It fits underneath now really nice and easily.
Perfect.
Like so. And we're going to go to the 8 inches. And again, make sure that's nice and flush up to the top of your board at the top. And then, because it can cut through 2 pieces of cardstock, now I've got my lovely 8x8 base. That's how you make an 8x8 card.
Perfect.
But we're not just making an 8x8 card, Ben. Because we're going to now turn it into that stepper feature.
Yes.
So I am going to
Oh, she's
now.
rolling the sleeves up now. Here we
I
go.
am. I'm getting a bit serious now. And we're going to grab a quick swig of black coffee there. Let me just grab a quick swig.
All right. Whilst you're swigging, Colette says, I've just checked in and they've lost it already. I don't think we ever had it, to be honest. And Cheryl K says, I can hear that laughing from off screen. I know, it's all the fun and frolics of the season. That's what it is, you see. We're all very giddy, getting ready for Crimble.
Crimble,
yeah. Hopefully you're enjoying if you're crafting along with us. Apologies, it's probably very off-putting. But we are back in the room and we are about to do the next step and make that
We
step.
are. Yes, so large or small scoreboard really doesn't make any difference, I promise you. But honestly, now what we're going to do is we're going to create the stepper part. Now, for this bit, this is the reason why we only score in the middle to start with, because that's where the basis of the centre part of the stepper is. It's these panels that we're going to make now. Now, for that in mind, I'm going to open it back up, and I am going to bring in a ruler for this bit, just because... I mean, it's one of those things that I just do when I'm making my stepper cards. As you probably saw this morning on the challenge.
You were a bit quick with the old ruler and pencil.
Woo, I tell you, honestly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make myself a little bit of a pencil mark.
Yeah.
An 1.5 inches in. Because whenever you're thinking about a stepper, wherever you want to place it, thinking about your panels, whether it be a side stepper or whether it be a centre stepper, and this one's going to be the centre one, I just always take my measurement in and just remember that for the whole way across that cardstock. So I'm going to go in at 1.5 inches and I'm going to put a little pencil mark, and then I'm going to go in at 6.5 because I know this is 8 inches and an 1.5 in is 6.5. So I can pop my 2 pencil marks like so. I'm going to do it again in the centre as well, so I've got somewhere to draw that line on. You could, of course, be using scoreboards for this point. However, I want pencil marks to start with, Ben, and there's a reason why. In a moment, I'll explain. And again, I'm just going to go up to that top part and do exactly the same. I'm going to measure in at 1.5
You're right.
and 6.5. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. Right, so I'm going to now put my little pencil mark in. We can rub this out afterwards. So I'm going to go in. And I'm just going to take that up to the top, like so. Can you hear some zips opening? It's all right. I'm just thinking in my ear. I was chuckling away to myself, and I thought, I can hear a zip opening. What's going off in the gallery? There's something definitely going off in there. Isn't there? What's he doing? Oh, is it your pencil case?
Pencil case, apparently.
Bless him.
Johnny's crunching some numbers. As he always does.
As he does.
Yeah.
He's probably worrying about tonight because things are flying out that door, aren't they? And there's that show. So I'm just going to tell you now, that cartload show, don't hang around, is what I'm going to say.
But just by the way, quickly, the mystery bag that we got on the show, it's over £100, $120 worth. £30 or $40 tonight. 40% of the stock of that has gone. You think You think that's going to be around 7 o'clock tonight. The stock will be depleted, decimated, whatever you want to say. You can shop the show right now. 40% gone. I mean, it's not going to be there for the 3 hours. If you join us, like, sort of, I don't know, 2 hours and 15 minutes in, this won't be here. Probably won't be there 1 hour, 15 minutes in. It'll be gone. We'll have a look at that again later on. Leanne's mystery bag. She might not even get to see what's in her own bag because it will be gone and it will remain a mystery. Anyway, sorry, Debbie.
It's quite all right. It's quite all right. Right, so what you should have ended up with now is your 8x8 base with your lines going down, because like I said, these pencil marks, we can rub them out. I just do them for accuracy more than anything. People may have a different way of doing this with your stepper cards. I'm all ears, because this is just Debbie's way of making things easy for herself, which is why I do it. Can you see it at the moment? And you're probably thinking, well, that's not a stepper card. However, we'll bring back in our scoreboard. I think I'm just going to go to the small one though now, if you don't mind for a second, Ben. I know John went to all that trouble of getting me a large one, but we're not going to tell him, oh, he's not in the room now.
He won't know.
He's not going to know.
Kendall says, can we make this card with any of the intricate dies?
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Any of those interlace dies, you could do this, because the design here... Oh, I've put lipstick on it now. Hang on a minute.
What are you doing?
It's because I've got lipstick on my mouth and I've transferred it from my mouth to my finger, from my finger to my card.
Yeah.
But what I'm going to do is, any of the design will fit into there. Literally any of the design. So what we're going to do is now we're going to turn it to the, I'm going to call it the landscape way.
Okay.
And I'm going to do it on both sides. So first, we'll concentrate on this side first. Push that cardstock up to the butt of the board. And what we're going to do is we are going to score this at 1.5 inches in. However, we're not going to go just all the way down. We're going to go up to that pencil mark. See why I put my pencil marks in, Ben?
Yes.
Makes it easy for myself. So I'm going to go in at 1.5 inches, like so, and I'm going to go up to that pencil line. So just up to there.
Yep.
And then I'm going to go at the 3. Oops, went a little bit over, but it's fine. We'll get away with that one.
Yes.
Then we're going to go to 5.5. So I'm going to go at 5.5, and I'm going to measure at 5.5, and again I'm going to go up to that line. Don't have to worry about this one because it's already in.
Oh, yeah.
8 inches already in, because that's the centre of the card.
Okay.
These bits are going to be your panels.
I see.
And if you can do it this way, I often see our craft experts where they go score, miss, back down. I struggle with that. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, like, so pick it up off the...
Oh my God, there's no way I can do that. By the time I've gone back down there and pretended, I'm like, whoops, and I'm off. So I don't do that at all. I just simply, turn it over, make crafting easy for yourself. Although saying that, I don't know where my line is now, do I? Debbie, what are you like? I'll tell you what I'll do. Another way, a little top tip. Keep your ball tool in the groove, go down. Pop it back in, go up.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, we'll do that one. And then again, I'm just going to go in at, what was it? I said 3, didn't I? So go down to the 3 inch.
Yeah.
Push it back on, go back up to the 3 inch. All these little top tips you see.
5.5.
Yeah, exactly. And again, just going up to that line there like so.
Yeah.
And again, 5.5, we'll go down.
Oh, hello.
Oh, I'm chucking my pencil on the floor. Hang on a minute, let me just move that out of the way. Oh, just a second, there we go. 5.5, down to the bottom. Back up, and I know now that's on the 5.5. And again, I'm not having to worry about this side because again, that one is already covered. But guess what we're going to do? Flip reverse.
Yeah.
And exactly the same. Now, if you was using a bigger scoreboard, what you would do is you could go in at your 12 inches and your 12 inches. You could do that one as well. However, I'm on the smaller one.
You have got a bigger one.
Oh, I have, haven't I? Yeah, so I'll show you what I mean. God, I forgot. John fetched it.
I've brought it up from John.
It's okay. It's all right. You'll have to excuse me. Now then, saying that though, Ben, my scoreboard only goes up to 11 and... Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I want it to be on there. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Let me just get my little worker sheet in to remember, because I keep forgetting with myself. It'll be at the 4. Right, so we're going to turn it over. So going back to small or large, entirely up to you, but we're going to go in at the 4, because basically that's your, if you think about that being 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, if you think of it like that.
Oh, okay.
Now, if I've confused anybody, please I'll repeat this again in a second, but I'm going to go down the board at 4 inches and then back up the board at the 4-inch mark, up to that first score line. And that's how you're creating your stepper. So we've got 1.5, 3, 5.5. This one's already taken care of because this was the 8, and then the 12. But if you're reversing it round on your board, it's actually number 4 in. And just because when you look at this, 1.5, 3, 5.5, 8, 12, depending on how big your scoreboard is. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Perfect. Perfect. So I don't know if anybody wants to catch up at this point. Do you want to have a couple of seconds just to catch up? And then we'll use our craft knives and I'll show you how you get the next stage done.
Absolutely.
Is that all right?
Yeah, absolutely. Again, if you need any repeats, or if you want to see again, do let us know. Dan just said, I've just ordered all my goodies from the winter sale as well, up to 70% off on that winter sale. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And don't forget 100 bonus points if you spend over £20 or $20, which is insane, really, when you think this obviously qualifies this particular deal. Another 100 bonus points will be added on. Kendall is saying, I can't do it either. Thanks to the tip, though, on how to do it straight without scoring at the centre. That is what we are here for. The 4 designs that you're going to get in this Intri'Lace die collection is absolutely stunning. Of course, this beautiful, the one I love there. Again, so much detail in these. The fact that you can cut multiple layers, and the fact that, you know, like Debbie and Jenny have all said, like, these are really, really lovely to craft with. If you've never crafted before, maybe you're thinking about making your first purchase today, these would be a lovely first purchase. You're going to be making the most glorious cards because you've got all of this detail, all of this design, and lots for different kind of anniversaries, and you know, here with the church could be for weddings, you know, even for sympathy cards that Debbie was saying earlier on, but things for you know, christenings, those kind of things. That one there is your beautiful ornate church. You've then got the framed with love with the beautiful hearts, and then lastly in the collection, stunning, is that beautiful birdcage. They are really gorgeous, and again, just to give you a bit of an idea of the kind of things that you can make. I mean, look at this, absolutely stunning. Whether you wanted just to get colouring with these, whether potentially you want to do some paper piecing with these as well. There is literally so much that you're going to be able to do with them. So super versatile, and just so great for lots of different occasions as well. £52.79, $68.48. The great thing as well, these are super intricate, so having the die brush tool and sponge included in the collection is amazing, and that deal is proving very, very popular already. Gilmore, who was with us yesterday, just saying, OMG, I want to do this soon. The preview pick alone looks amazing. You can always come back and watch these shows at a later date. If you've got the goodies, the craft alongs stay there for you on YouTube, on Facebook, so you can come back and craft at your own leisure. Once you've got the goodies. We've also got a great deal on some ink pads for you on the show as well. These are your water reactive ink pads, so if you like to do your blending, if you'd like to do your watercolour techniques, great for making your backgrounds with as well. These are Poi Effect. 10 of these you're going to get, £31.20 or $44 if you're platinum. That gives you 100 extra bonus points as well, and a lovely range of colours. You're going to get your anthracite, Bordeaux, Friar Brown, Frosted Jade. You've then got your, nothing but predictable. You've got your Honey Pot, Midnight, Pale Fig, Pine Tree, Straw Bale, and then beautiful smoked emerald. So all 10 of those with a £10, almost £11, $14.50 saving for everybody. Comes out to £31.20, $44 if you are a platinum member. Right, I think we are all good and ready to go. Jenny is all good, according to producer Johnny, crafting along nicely. We shall catch up with her in just a little while, but let us get back on to Debbie. I think it's all good. I haven't seen any questions or any sort of screaming emojis come through, so I think we're all good so far.
That's good. Right, so what we're going to do now is separate the 2 sides to create the stepper base. So, craft knife, and I'll use a straight edge one.
Yes.
And a metal ruler, or our ruler that's got the metal edge strip. Works a real treat. And I'm going to use my glass mats
The ever handy glass mat.
Oh, the handy, helpful tool. This is such a tool. You've already seen me do the measurements on it. That didn't sound right, did it? There's such a tool, you. It's a tool of the trade is the way I'm going with this one.
Tool of the
That's
trade.
What I meant by that. It's not that it's a tool or anything like that. It's a great tool, a great crafty tool that you have in your hands to be able to use for lots of things, for measuring, for inking, because you can honestly slap anything on that. It really is a fabulous tool. And you can also use it. You can also stop. I need to fan back on. I've gone a bit hot. You can also use it for your craft knife as well. So again, could you just pop it on for me? Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Right. So what we are going to do now with our measurements, Ben, is. I bet you're so glad you're not crafting along as well.
I would have given up at this point. I think.
I turned it off. For
you turned it off.
It's all right. It's all right. It's just gone really warm.
Yeah.
Thank you. Perhaps not a bit too blowy because they blow everything everywhere.
There you go. One. Put it on one for you.
Thank you.
Welcome.
You're so kind.
You're welcome.
Ooh. There we go. I've instantly cooled down. Thank you very much.
Well.
Right. So craft knife. What we're going to do is, and I want you to visualise this. So when we go above, where you're going to look at this is you're going to go from. Can you see the top score line here? Like so.
Yeah.
You're going to take your craft knife and you're going to cut all the way down to the bottom score line here.
Okay.
Can you see them? Just about. So from that one to that one, straight line, which is why one of your rulers would be fabulous. I'm using my own metal ruler here, but only because my metal edge ruler has lost the metal.
Oh dear.
Don't ask me how I've done it.
Have you done that?
Do not ask me how I've done it, Ben. I've absolutely, I do. I cram too much in my bag. And I think I've crammed, yeah, absolutely. So from that top line, I'm going to just use that, holding it still. Please take care when you're using a craft knife. Yeah, take care when you're using it, and then going down to that bottom score line. And you can repeat that until you've got that lovely crisp. And it will have done it absolutely beautiful for you. So now you've got your line, and it's gone from the top to the very bottom score line, not to the bottom score line.
Yes.
Top score line, bottom score line, straight through. And you're going to repeat that on the other side. Now, I always turn it over, Ben, because I'm not very good at doing one hand to the other. So, I try and make things easy for myself. So, again, what I'm going to do is from that top line down to the bottom one, like so. So, again, ruler on. And this is why I always put the pencil mark in. It makes, oh my God, life so much easier. And again, I'm just going to just do top to the bottom. And again, I always do more than one or two lines just to make sure. Plus, I've said this before, I suffer with carpal tunnel in my hand. Dexterity-wise, it's always best to go over a couple of times, especially while you've got your ruler there. And it stops from any jagged edges and things like that. But what you should have now is top, bottom, top, bottom, and we're ready now to do the folds to create that stepper.
Fab.
I know, and this is going to create that lovely feature where it's got like a staggered stepper.
Yeah.
Don't know if you've noticed with the measurements, I've gone like for a small
and then slightly
to the next size, and obviously a bigger size at the back there. So what we're going to do now is manipulate these. But before we do, Ben, take your eraser.
Oh yes.
Take your eraser.
Handy eraser.
And just erase your line like so.
I'm glad we've seen this, and I'm glad I've just been able to concentrate on making, because again, you've made, once you know the measurements, you've made making a stepper card actually quite achievable. Again, if for a newbie, like I'm just thinking, Rosanna's just messaged saying, I'm new to crafting. I'm so glad I found Crafters TV. I learn a lot and I laugh whilst doing so. It's good to see all these different cards being made, and actually that's very achievable again, isn't it?
It is. It's and this is why when you have got one, when you've done, this is why I would suggest doing something like this. Have like a template. so that you can actually write on there, and you'd know that a 5x7 die would fit in there beautifully. But have one template wise where you've got the measurement, so I've popped on here 16, so that I know that this from this end to this end is 16. Have this that says 8, this is just your template, so it can have any scribbles on there whatsoever, and then write on your 1.5, your 3, your 5.5, your 8, and then your 12, or you could put in brackets, flip and score at 4. So you could make it really easy for yourself. And then in the middle, I've put 8 inches. So I've got a template there now ready for me to pop into my template box. I've talked about this ever such a lot. Maybe when I do one of my crafting lives in my craft room, I'll show you this template box because I've got a ton of cards in there with lots of different templates. But it's just showing you how easy it is to have. So what you're going to do now is you're going to manipulate those folds. So we're going to give it a little manipulation. This one wants to be a little mountain. It's a mountain. That's where we're going.
Yeah, you're going to do some crafting live, sorry, did you say?
I was going to do, in the new year, I'm going to hopefully do a couple of crafting lives in my craft room.
I love
because Craig's
it.
coming back to work in January. I am so excited.
Oh, yes.
Can't wait to see him.
3rd.
And I'm here on the 3rd, because I'm back here on the 3rd. Are you too, Johnny? Oh, lovely. Are you here?
I'm still on holiday.
All right for some. All right for
I'm
some.
literally off for 3 weeks.
Well,
it's
it's
fallen.
all right for some. Yeah, but I'm going to be
Fallen
here
nicely.
on the... what day is it?
3rd of January.
3rd. What
Oh,
day?
so
Is
it's
it
a Monday.
Monday. I'm going to be here too. Yes, so I can't wait to see Craig. I just can't wait to see him because it was so lovely to see him the other day. We just didn't get a chance to chin wag. It's going to be lovely. Can I just say as well, Secret Santa, thank you, Craig. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
What did you get?
I got a gorgeous D from what? All light up and sparkly.
Oh, I saw that. Where
Yeah.
it's there,
It's
isn't it?
mine. Yeah,
that
I
your-
opened it up. I couldn't wait for Christmas. Sorry. I just couldn't wait for Christmas. I know Jan will be at home now and she'll be like, Jan's probably the only one. She's probably the only one that hasn't opened up hers because she likes to open them on Christmas Day. I couldn't wait. I ripped it open when I picked it up in office.
I was.
Thank you, Craig.
I was not going to open mine, but then everyone gathered round and basically cajoled me into doing it. They were like, "Go on, it'll be great. You can do it." So I did it and opened it up. Joe. Socks
I
with my
love them.
face on.
I love them. I want them.
You want them?
I want them. I
Well,
love them.
I'm going to save them, and then if I get you next year for Secret Santa, I know what to get you. Yeah. Unbelievable.
Do you know what though? Secret Santa can sometimes be very secret because I've just found out today that Craig didn't know who last year's Secret Santa was for him, who bought him that lovely Friends t-shirt.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh, wait, Philip Schofield. I thought it was my friends.
I think it was...
Oh, no, it was Philip Schofield, weren't it? Of course it was. It was moi.
That was you.
It was me. It was me. That must have been the best kept secret all year round. Craig, it was me. How was your Secret Santa last year? So I feel like it's like a little bit of a, it's called...
Yeah, serendipity.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. Oh, can I just say,
There we go.
Charlotte,
Yeah.
I hope I get you next year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I hope I get you next year because what you did for Jenny, you should be on this side of the screen, is all I
Yeah.
want to say. Super amazing. We need to put a post on. Can we take a picture and put a post on? Show how amazingly talented our lovely Charlotte, who's in our ear, is. She's amazing.
Charlotte, get a
Absolutely
picture and we'll stick it up later on on the show.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Right, going back to my stepper card, now we've done all that. Can you see I've done my first fold, which is the mountain fold, so it's going upwards. So all we're going to do for the time being, we'll do all the burnishing in a minute, but what we'll do is just manipulate these score lines. So this one naturally goes into the valley shape. So I'm going to push that down so it goes into the valley shape. And then again, we're going to have a mountain, so we're going to go into the mountain. And then again, it works itself. It's almost like it manipulates itself, Ben.
Yeah.
And then folds in on itself.
Perfect.
So you've got mountain, valley, mountain, valley, mountain. And now what we're going to do, get your burnishing tool. Oh, mine's there. We're going to get this and we're going to give it now nice little crisp burnishing those score lines. And when we say burnishing, what we're just doing is finishing off those score lines with a lovely crisp score. Now I always do, I don't know about anybody else, but I always go inside as well. And I finish off the scoring and the burnishing by doing all the inside ones too. Just makes for a neater finish, a nicer finish, and also for a nice base for holding it upright as well, if that makes sense, Ben. So when you stand it up, now I have got a fan blowing on me, but I'm just going to show you. So now you've got that perfect base.
Yes.
And we've just done that start to finish, where you've created your own lovely centre stepper, but a staggered stepper. It looks absolutely beautiful and now worthy of any of our gorgeous dies from the Intri'Lace.
I think it's very Art Deco-y in its design.
Yes, it is. Isn't it gorgeous? It's just beautiful. So there you go. That's how easy it is to make a stepper card.
Dan Shaw says, you have made this so easy to do, Debbie. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Gilmore saying, I've saved and I've liked this show. Mary Reno on YouTube says they need to sell Ben face socks on the Crafters Companion website. I mean, they would fly, wouldn't they? They would be bestseller of the year. Gilmore on YouTube says, I like Debbie Fisher's Secret Santa gift. I loved it, actually. She got fish flops.
They had to be the most
Did you see the fish flops?
amazing, honestly, amazing, absolutely.
They're in the green room.
I have seen them. They're rubbery as well, aren't they?
They are rubbery.
They're really rubbery. They're like a silicone, but they're so detailed. They're amazing, absolutely amazing. No wonder Deb's loved hers.
It was hilariously funny. And Gilmore says, Ben, give those socks to Joe next year so he can think of you whenever he wears them. I might just do that, you know. I'm not wearing them. Can you imagine?
Wearing your own socks?
Wearing socks with my own face on.
I had a face mask last year with my own face on. I still wear that. I got Liam last year.
You got a face mask
and I
with your
had
own
a
face?
face mask
Yeah.
that said, what am I like?
Yeah.
I had two. One that said, what am I like? And then the other said, what am I like? With a picture of myself here like this.
Ah.
So when I wore my face mask, I wore my face.
That's quite fun, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Wow.
So you could wear those socks, Ben. You could wear them.
Joe says he wants me to wear them before I go out on with Christmas break. So if I do, I'll have to wear them tomorrow. Maybe I will. Anyway, let's check in on Jenny, who is crafting along with us. How are you getting on, Jenny? I mean, that was a lovely demonstration about how to make a stepper card, wasn't it?
It was. I'm using a colored paper.
Fantastic. I love that choice of colour. Why did you go with that one?
Because of the printed papers that I chose.
Yeah.
So.
Excellent. And it's nice, isn't it, to be able to kind of break things down in a craft along and see all of these different cards being made. And I know you joined us on the last one with Debbie when she made all of these different styles of card. But is this a style of card that you tend to make quite a lot when you're crafting at home?
I haven't made a lot of these just because of the prep involved in making your card base. Sometimes I just go with something that's quicker, but I really enjoy making these because I think they really make a statement when they are handed to somebody.
Yeah, absolutely right. And being able to see like how nice and simple it is to get them put together once you've got the measurements is amazing. Great to know that you're having fun. Have you ever received a Secret Santa gift worse than a pair of socks with your face on, by the way?
No.
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 Good news. Good news. Right, we'll come back to Jenny very shortly indeed. This is me yesterday, Charlotte going, you're so ungrateful. You're so ungrateful. It's socks with my face on. Let's give you a chance to check out your baskets right now. Don't forget 100 bonus points on everything if you spend over £20 or $20. And this is a good point to take a break as well. If you are crafting with us, you need to ask a question. Get those questions in now. When we come back from this short break, we will pose them to Debbie. But lots more to come, and we'll be back in just a few.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
We've had had to make some changes to our shipping charges and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95 and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Quiet. The neighbours.
I'm all out of Zoom. I'm so lost without you. I'm not singing.
Lisa, if you email in, don't send a picture of your air fryer. Make sure it's something creative.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us, you give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
Joy, there's not a dry eye in the studio here. Debbie's welling up, I'm welling up.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV. Create every day.
Lots of you checking out your baskets, taking advantage of the 100 bonus points if you spend over 20 or 20. Beautiful stepper card design, Debbie says Mary on YouTube. And Lozzie Lingard on Facebook says, thank you so much. I've always wanted to know how to do a more complicated stepper card. And now you know, see. And Rhonda Crowley on YouTube says, Ben, I think those socks are awesome. Maybe I might give them away on a live. Do you think Joe would be offended? They didn't cost 15 quid. 15 quid for a pair of socks? Where were they from? Super Socks or something they were called. Oh, Johnny's going to look now. I'll be gutting him. £45. Oh, he's gone over for me, bless him. Anyway, let's get back to Debbie. So we've made our beautiful stepper card.
Yep.
Where do we go next?
So now we're going to use our deep cut technology dies.
Yeah.
Just tried to stop myself from there. Bet we're going to use this and we're going to place it into the centre of our stepper. So I want you to take a look at this. So come and have a look. This is how you're going to pop this on. Look at the size. This is why we've done this particular size of stepper. If you bear in mind when you're doing smaller, all you need to remember is those measurements and just shrink them down to fit. But this one fits a 5x7 die. And we do quite a few 5x7 dies. But to cut it, we need to open it up. So pop that back wide open now, and then what we're going to do is we're going to place it, and we're going to, when you're centralising this, just take a look. Oh, I've still got some bits in from this morning. Hang on a minute, Ben. Let me just make sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because
good housekeeping, that, isn't it?
Yeah, good housekeeping. Let me just make sure. There we go. I think they're only bits out. Yeah, just to centralise, just lift it up a little bit so you can see where you're wanting it to sit. Now, I'm going to be cutting away at this because we're going to put some acetate behind the back as well. So first things first, we're going to just pop that into place like so, and we're going to hold it down, low-tack tape. Right, so a couple of pieces of low-tack tape. I'm saying a couple. I'm not going to risk it, this one, because we're doing a craft in real time. So I'm going to actually do what I normally do when I'm at home, and I actually put quite a bit down. So I'm going to pop one at the top, one at the bottom, and then I'm going to hold it into place at the side as well, because you know the power of the Gemini.
Ah, yeah.
It's an immense machine, it is, so
Better to
I don't
be
want
safe
it
than
moving
sorry.
anywhere.
We were chatting about this yesterday, you know, if you're doing things like this, better to take that extra time
Yes.
and get it all nice and safe and sound.
Absolutely, absolutely, Ben, 110%. Now, I'm going to place this onto my platform. So, I'm going to go in with a different platform this time. I talked about platforms this morning with these. I've got my cutting plate, I've got my metal shim. I'm going to place that onto there. Take care with this because this is a large card, so don't have it tilted. You know, sometimes you hear people tilting dies.
Oh, yeah.
Just up the rollers and blah, blah, blah and all that. Not with this one, because if you do, you're going to damage all of this cardstock, and I don't want any of that cardstock being damaged. So just sit it on the plate how it's intended. Bring in your plastic shim and your other die cutting plate. You just, depending on your cardstock and depending on the thing that you're going to do, and if you're cutting more than one layer, think about your platforms and your shims. We've got loads of tutorials online. For me, this one is fine, and you can stop it of course once it's come through and then roll it back so it's had a double cut. However, we're going to do the other feature to this, which is the finishing off with that beautiful embossed detail. So I'm going to grab my rubber mat in a moment, but what I'm going to do first of all is turn that over. So let's just push that, because I've only cut through one piece of cardstock, but again, this is deep, a deep cut technology. Stop myself from thinking how to word that. Deep cut technology, and you can see how beautiful that's cut through. You've got what I call like a pencil mark, so you know that they've cut through perfect. But I want the detail of the embossed, which there's some nice embossed details on there. I want those embossed, so I'm going to take that shim out, the metal one. I'm going to pop on the cutting plate, the plastic shim, the card back into situ as such. I'm going to bring in the rubber embossing mat. We're going to pop that over the top, and then we're going to then pop our other cutting plate. Where have you come from? Oh, I've got all bits all over my plate. Let me just move those out of the way. Pop those on, and then run that through, and this just gives it that nice little finishing touch, that finishing detail. Now you can ink through these dies. If you saw the show this morning, I actually did that. I inked through them. You can paper piece. We're going to do a little bit of not paper piecing as such. Well, we are going to do a bit of paper piecing, but we're also going to use the die cut again in a different colour and add that to this to give it some more definition. But again, when you take that off, let me just remove my plates gently. Oh, it just gives it, I can see it already before I've even done anything with it. Guess what I forgot to do?
What?
I forgot to take my tape off. I always say when you are embossing, don't emboss with your tape on, and I've completely forgot. And guess who's put 4 pieces of tape on a die?
Of course you have.
Yeah, of course I have. Of course I do. So, if you're watching this in the future, and you're watching it before you try it, take your tape off.
I was going to say, if you are watching this and doing it, it'll be too late now.
It'll be
It'll
too
still
late.
be in the
It's
past,
exactly
even if
the
you've watched
same.
it. Yes, but I see what you mean. If you're watching it before you're going to do the demo.
Yeah. I'm going to place my die underneath, because what I'm going to do is just run through my die brush, and of course this is what you're getting in this deal as well, and it just helps release those lovely pieces. If you were paper piecing, can you see the elements, that the arm, the 2 faces, and we're going to be doing a bit of this in a moment because we've got plenty of time.
We have.
We've got loads of time, but I don't want it in white. I'm going to do it in another colour, but I just wanted to use my die cleaning brush while you've got this fabulous tool. And it's something I keep forgetting to use, because you see me all the time. I'm the one that bangs it on the side.
Oh, yes.
I'm
You're going to get in trouble one of these days,
One of
aren't
these
you?
days, yeah. If Leanne's in the building, she'll come and snap legs, she will.
They were saying yesterday when Andrew joined us for a little bit that they could tell that he was new for the fact that he wasn't banging his dies on the side of the side of the desk. He was very nicely sort of cleaning them out with his pokey tool.
Oh, bless him.
Hasn't picked up any bad habits yet.
No, he's got no bad habits yet. Of course, you can go back in when the little bits that you haven't, and you can just keep doing that until they all come out and all drop out. However, I'm just going to move that to one side. I can see there's a couple of little pieces that have been left in. That's the nature of how it is sometimes, and they just need a little bit of an extra poke through, but absolutely beautiful. And you've got this lovely filigree design. It's absolutely gorgeous, Ben. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous. And it really is. And I'm so glad I did the finishing touch, because can you see here? all the beautiful detail around the bride's dress. There's little dotty features.
Yeah.
In the middle of the flowers, there's dots. In the gentleman's tuxedo,
yes.
there's little pockets. There's little extra details. The hair. And when you get this, if you're crafting along right now and you've done it with that, you know, the purple rubber embossing mat, you'll see that why it gives you that extra bit of detail while it's worth doing it. And I only did it with the one pass there and didn't use my normal platform of the magnetic shim because it doesn't need it with it being a deep cut die.
Deep cut technology, isn't it?
Thank you. Yes, that's the word I was looking for. It's worth doing the extra bit with the embossing mat. And I'm just going to remove all the little pieces and just turn it over because sometimes they stay trapped at the back and I don't want that. So I'm just going to move that out of the way. There we go. Is that it? Oh, wait a minute. Nope. Let me just poke that little piece out. Let me grab my pokey tool in there.
One that stays in there just to annoy you.
There's always one, Ben. Always one, two little devils, or three. And I think I'm going to go all the way around. Yeah, that's all my pieces out. Oh my God, it looks so gorgeous. Even in white, it looks absolutely beautiful. But that now is, and if I let's just put it back into its stepper form again. So we'll go back in, back out, back in, back out. But
wow.
Can you see the edge factor?
Yeah.
We're going to get rid of that because we're going to add some acetate to the back of it. So for this bit, what I'm going to remove is I am going to remove the top part here. Now you could do this with scissors or craft knife, craft ruler. And what we're going to do is just remove from where the edge starts. We're going to take it along. Now, take care when you're doing this not to go into this panel because you don't want to be cutting this panel. All I want to do is release this piece from there to the end here. So I'm going to flatten that. Let's put that there. And I'm just going to take it and go to the first cut line. And again, I'm just going to repeat that a couple of times just to release. And again, like I said, you could use scissors. Might have been better off with my scissors there. Just bear with me a minute, Ben. I don't put a lot. I can't put a lot of pressure because not without setting me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to go in gently. If you've got a, if you can put a bit of pressure down, it's fine. You'll get rid of that bit. But there, it's just released. I'm just going to trim that off for a little bit, Ben, because there's a little bit where I just missed. So again, I'm just going to trim that. There we go. Just remove that. But that releases that part. And then I'm just going to release this. But again, I'm going to go in with my little scissors for this bit because they don't need too much there. So I'm just going to take it and release it at the bottom. And then when you lift that back into the position, so up, brilliant. Down, up and down. Come on, Debbie. There you go. Now you've got your lovely panel and it just sits really, and honestly, it just looks amazing. But what I'm going to do is, can you see from there to there? And I'm going to do it, and I'll show you another little tip where you can do this. Get your ruler again. Draw down. Always make crafting easy for yourself. Don't try and do any guesswork.
No.
But where can you see that part in? So that's like the edge to the edge. I'm going to go across. And I'm now going to take away this piece here.
Okay.
So it releases the dress fully from the die, but still keeps it connected into the cardstock on this end. But this end is now like floating. So I'm going to do that again with my craft knife. So take your craft knife. I'm going to use my pencil mark.
And there's a lot of points like that on all the dies, isn't there? Like snip points, would you call them?
Yes, like the edgeable factor, because you called it a die bridge.
A die bridge.
Love that. Absolutely love that. Which is a good way of describing it because it's a mixture of edgeable and create a card, because it obviously create cards straight away. And I'm just going to finish that little piece there.
So it's all about just spending that extra bit of time with it, really, isn't it?
Yeah,
And just,
absolutely.
like you say, measuring it, taking your time with it.
Take your time with this bit. There's no rush.
Yeah.
You're doing real-time crafting. We'll get this project finished, I promise. If we get time for the box, great. If we don't, we don't. I'm not going to worry too much, and I'll just give you the measurements that you want, because don't forget this is an 8x8. I suppose it depends on the style of card, how you're going to decorate it. You could always do an 8x8 envelope if you're keeping things flat. But let me just go back up, down, up and down.
So
and there you go. Now you've got, and it's like she's almost floating this end. but it looks really beautiful, and that's just by snipping out so that you've still got the stepper part showing, and you can see that really clearly now, because otherwise it would have, it didn't look too bad, but it didn't look like a proper stepper for me. So that's why I've released that end just like so. And again, the lovely floating part at the top. However, we are going to put some acetate underneath it in a moment, and I'll give you the measurements for that in a moment. I'm just going to let everybody catch up because that little bit just takes a little bit of time. But literally, we'll do the acetate underneath because we're going to do a little bit of paper piecing, and we're going to add some to the top of the jacket as well to make him stand out and give him a little bit more definition. But what you should have got now is this beautiful stepper card with this lovely floating element on this side, and we'll give you a couple of minutes to catch up before we move on to the next stage of the card and the decorating part, which I always love this bit.
Oh, I love these craft alongs. That's why this is an award-winning show, because you get to see all of those steps, even up to the point of just the tiny bits of cutting, which are just going to make those cards look even better for you. And isn't it great to know, like, if you've already got this collection, amazing that you've got a 2-hour show here to craft along with. Maybe you've got a little bit stuck. Maybe you've lost your crafty mojo just a little bit. You think, oh, it'd be great to have someone to follow. You've got this 2-hour show to watch. But if you were thinking of buying this and thinking, I wouldn't know where to start with what sort of card I would make, you've got a great start here because you've got a 2-hour craft along to watch back when you want to. This is the one I love here. This is the one that Debbie's using right now. Absolutely stunning with that deep cut technology and so much detail, as we've been talking about with these as well. And the fact that you've got that creator card element, that edgeability with this too, absolutely beautiful. They're screaming out, aren't they, to be coloured, screaming out to be paper pieced as well. And we've just got a nice selection, I think, of designs which are going to lend themselves to a whole host of different themes and different kind of cards and projects right throughout the year as well. You talk about Valentine's coming up. Look at that, framed with love. So much detail in there. Beautiful heart aperture, and then all of the working that you've got around this as well. The engineering that we put into our dies is quite simply amazing. And then you've got the beautiful bird in that bird cage too. I'll just show you the finished sample that I've got of that one over here. Once again, popped together by, who does it say? Jenny made this one. What are the chances of that happening? Yeah, wow. We've got boxes of these there, and I thought, that one's really nice. I literally just looked down. There we go. Jenny, if you recognise that, that is yours. So a great example of how you can use these beautiful, beautiful cards. And again, then just adding a lovely sentiment. I know actually on the show as well, you better find it on the Shop at Show page, we have got the alphabet, mini alphabet dies in as well for you to be able to create your own sentiments with as well, should you wish. Also worth bearing in mind that we've got the Spectrum Noir glitter markers on the show too. These are gorgeous. You've got the 6-piece set. This one is your I can't read it upside down. You've got your vibrant florals, and then you've got your neon lights here, and these are really fantastic. Water-based once again, jam-packed with glitter. Great for creating that shimmering effect. Great these. You know what? If you were just literally buying these to doodle with, to do your embellishments with, you talk about this time of the year with your Christmas cards and tags, beautiful. Just for writing those with. These are absolutely fantastic for doing that. And even again, if you just wanted to give the kids a wonderful medium to get crafting with, these are super. You've got 12 markers in total. The neons, you've got violet, blue, yellow, pink, orange and green, and then golden glow, electric pink, ultraviolet, fiery red, supernova, and your yellow cosmos as well. So as I say, if you love your colouring, you love your lettering, love your embellishing, these are perfect. Great deal today. Everyone saves 20%. £15.34 platinum, $21.70 is the platinum price if you are a Club Inspire member. And also, I just mentioned about the alphabets a few moments ago. Here we go, the mini uppercase and lowercase alphabet set. Super handy, always chatting about how handy it is to have an alphabet set within your crafty armoury. These are the mini ones, obviously. So obviously we'll go through your smaller machine. £12.22 or $17.26. And of course, that is a great price. You're going to get, you see 52 and 54, so you've got the actual letter itself and then the outer die too to create the kind of layer, the bubble if you like. Really nice price for all those 106 dies in total. For that price, bonkers. And don't forget, if you are just jumping in and grabbing that today and going, oh, I love that, I'm going to grab it, make sure you get that basket total up to or over £20 or $20, because there's no point, if you're buying this today at say £12.22, there's no point leaving sort of £7 and a bit in your basket when you think, well, if I spend another £7, I get 100 bonus points on top of it. Absolutely, you need to spend that 20 or 20 today to get that deal. Right, let's get back over to Debbie. I think we are all good. No problems reported, which is good. All looking nice. Carol is saying, love the Intri'Lace Dies so much. And Marsha has messaged, yes, I'm on my way up to Newton Aycliffe, ready for tomorrow's Craft Factor. Yes, Marsha, we look forward to that. Tomorrow you're with us. Marsha Nelson, you are joining myself and Debbie Robinson on the Craft Factor on Wake Up Call tomorrow, 12 o'clock UK, 7 o'clock East Coast. And Marsha, we very much look forward to meeting you and you joining us on the show. Right, let's get back over. We've got about 50 minutes to go.
Oh, plenty of time.
What's up next?
Well, I was just going to ask, where does Marsha come from?
Oh, Marsha, where are you coming from?
Let us know, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Right, so what we're going to do now is we'll cut the decorative panels out first. I think that's what we'll do. So we're going to cut as panels for the small, panels for the second, panels for the third, and the panel for the inside as well. So for this, what we're going to do is choose a colour cardstock. Now, I've got a solid one here from the Brights cardstock, and I chose the textured paper cardstock from the
Farmhouse.
It was, but I thought that was my patterned paper pad. I might need to go and call our John, because I opened it up thinking it was my patterned, and then I've realised it's my solid.
Oh, you want the pattern?
Say, I need the pattern.
I'll grab him.
Yes, thank you.
Welcome.
But what we'll do is we'll talk about the colour. So I'm going to use a blue, because I do love this blue, and I think it's just a gorgeous blue. I think I might go with, I'll go with that one. So I'm going to take one of the sheets out. So it's the, let's just pop that there like so. And I'm going to cut these down to size. Now, I'm using the 12 by 12. If you've got the 8 by 8, you could be doing this with the 8 by 8 pad. But what we need to create now is get hold of your guillotine again. So I'm going to bring back in my large guillotine. And what we're going to create is some panels. So the first panel I'm going to do is 4 3/4 inches. I'm going to go with the largest one first. By 7 3/4 inches. So I'm just going to extend my arm again like so, and then I'm going to do a 7 3/4 inches like so. So that will fit into there like that. That's your panel. Absolutely beautiful. Fits perfectly, gives it a nice little bit of a feature underneath as well. So the next ones we're going to do is they're going to be for the side panels. So for this one, we're going to do now, and we're going to do 2 of these. We're going to cut ourselves 2 1 1/4 inch. And so 1 1/4 inches by 1 1/4 inches. And we're going to cut ourselves 2. Thank you very much, John. You're very kind. I don't know why I said solids. I meant the patterned ones. That's what I meant. He always does. He looks after us so well here.
He certainly does.
He does. Now that is going to be my little panel that sits onto the front part like so. And you want 2 of those. So that's 2 1 1/4 inch squares. And then what we need is the next one. So the next one, we know it's going to be a 1 1/4 again. It's just slightly bigger, this one. This is 2 1/4. So let's go in, take another piece of cardstock, measure at 1 1/4. And then we're going to do 2 1/4. And I might just be able to get my 2 1/4 out of that one. Yeah, perfect. And that is going to sit into my, oh, hang on a minute. I didn't do a 1 1/4, did I, Debbie?
It's a little bit over.
Yep, it's all right. It's because I've measured at 1 1/2. I realised when I looked at it, I'm thinking, hang on a minute, that don't look like 1 1/4. It's because it's not. It's because it's 1 1/2. And I did say 1 1/4, didn't I, to you all?
You did.
Oh dear. And that's going to sit like so on the second panel. So you need 2 of those. And then we're going to make the third one, which is this one. And again, we know that that one is 1 1/4 in that depth. This time, this one is 3 3/4.
Okay.
It's a little bit deeper. So I'm going to go in at 1 1/4. Debbie, definitely 1 1/4, isn't it? Yes, you're on at 1 1/4. And then 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. Oops, That's 3 1/4, Debbie, 3 3/4. And that again in twosomes, because that's going to sit into that panel there at the back. So they're all your solid panels. What we're going to do now, so you'll have got 2 that measure 3 3/4 by 1 1/4.
Yep.
You've got 2 that measure 1 1/4 by 2 1/4, and you've got 2 that measure at 1 1/4 by 1 1/4. They're your perfect panels for either side of your stepper. You should have this one as well, which is 4 3/4 by 7 3/4. That's your inside panel. And then you're going to choose your pattern cardstock. Now John has fetched it me. God love that man. You're going to choose a pattern that works, and I think, where's my
What
blue
did you
one?
fancy out of this one?
Well, I'm going to go with the blue one. That's as long as nobody's pinched it out. I love this paper pad. It's just gorgeous.
Gorgeous, isn't it?
Absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous. Let's
Gorgeous.
see if I,
Oh, yeah.
oh, I'm tempted.
Go on.
I'm tempted to change.
Oh.
Yeah.
What one
'cause,
have you chosen?
Well, I was going to go with that one. No, stick with your original design, Debbie. Stick with your original design. So choose this one, and then we need now the opposites that fit inside those panels that we've just chopped. So I'm going to show you. We need 1 inch by 1 inch.
It is available, by the way, the paper pad, on our website as part of the winter sale. $12.99.
Wow.
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 70 up to 70% off. Normally $19.99.
How much?
It's normally $19.99. $12.99.
Ooh.
So that's a big saving.
That's a big saving, it is.
I can't work it out.
So these measure at 1 by 1. So 1 inch by 1 inch. So
Yep.
we've got 2 of those. Then obviously we know it's going to be 1 again, so I don't have to chop anything down there. But I need 2 at 2 inches, so I'm just going to go in at 2. And
35% off.
that's amazing. That's
Just
a really
work that
good
out.
price, that actually,
It is a
isn't
good
it? Yeah,
price.
really good price. So that fits into that panel perfectly with your 1/4 inch increment. So the next one is that bigger one, which is going to be 1 inch again. So we know we can, well, we'll cut another 1 inch one. Let's cut another 1 inch down. Like so. And these are going to be 3 1/2. So we're going to go at 3 1/2 and 3 1/2. And that is the perfect mat and layer for those panels. So we're going to glue those down first, Ben. I'm just going to move all my bits out of the way for a second. Oh, we are flying everywhere. Choice of glue, I'm going to go with me wiggly glue, me wiggle. Get the wiggle on.
Don't wiggle again. You know what happened last time?
No, I'm not wiggling this time. Although, nah, everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Am I still gluing? Roseanne on Facebook, who is a new viewer, says, since I am new to crafting, all these dies are intimidating.
Oh, no.
I'm glad they have the craft alongs.
Yeah.
I'm far and away from tackling the intricate stuff, but I love watching and learning. Roseanne, what I would say is these are for everybody, and we're here all the time to help you. This guy, I do a little bit now and again, and obviously this side of things I feel very comfortable with, but when I get asked to do the craft alongs and stuff, that feels a little bit intimidating to me. But I've done a few of these now, and when you've got the goodies and you've got these guys to follow and you've got the craft alongs to follow, I just don't think you can't go wrong. And like if I can do these, if I can do craft alongs, anyone can do them, and I truly believe that. So I would say don't look at the dies as being intimidating, because they're not really, Debbie, are they? They're easy to use. It's just having the ideas, I think.
Yeah,
really.
I think sometimes it's just those ideas.
And we've got plenty of them.
We've got plenty. I mean, you've got a right plethora of teachers.
Yeah.
From Sarah to Leanne to Craig to myself to Debbie to Jan to Michelle, Lily, Andrew was in yesterday. You know, we've all got loads of ideas that you can take inspiration from. Don't ever be intimidated by dies, because they're a lot easier to use than you actually think. And if you've got the right tools, and these definitely are one of those right tools, crafting should be fun and easy and not to be scared of. And for you, a chance for you to get creative. So it's really nice that you've joined us. Thank you for joining us.
And Roseanne, top tip I would say is if you get on YouTube and subscribe to the channel, free to subscribe obviously on YouTube, so find Crafters TV, and then you can go back over all of the shows up until basically when we started, you know, when Johnny was a a mere teenager. And you can then bookmark your favourite shows. You know, if you think, oh, craft-alongs might be really useful for me because I need to pick up some ideas, you can check back through all the craft-alongs. If you get into your colouring, for example, you think, oh, I'm not quite sure which colouring medium or what I need to be, you can check out all the Colour Me Happy shows. If you go on a soft craft vein, there's all this, they're all there for you. So, Roseanne, I would say definitely as a newbie, check that out. And before you know it, you will be unintimidated, if that's a word.
Yeah, and you'll be inspired and
inspired
you'll get creative.
is a better word.
Yeah, absolutely. Now what we're going to do is, now we've got those mat and layers, we're going to sit these now into their panels. So you can see at the top, we're going to go into that top. I always do use a wet glue for this, and I do like my all-purpose glue. It is a fabulous glue, but it gives me time to get them into situ and also make sure that I've got, you know, where I can position it before I actually stick that down, before it takes hold. It just means I can get it into place, which is why it's one that I always love to use. And if you just remember when you're popping it up, that it's going to be at the top, in that one, and then in the front, then you can't go far wrong. Of course, if you wanted to decorate it all, you could do, but to be fair, it's going to be on the back, that, so I personally wouldn't do it myself. You're just adding more to your crafty time with that. But again, just take a look how lovely this is already coming together before we've done anything. We haven't done any decorative part yet. And then we're going to go in with that small panel at the front, like so. Wiggle it into place. Any glue as well, it means you can wipe up and you can get rid of neatly. There, that looks about, yeah, that's fine. And then we're just going to repeat that on the other side.
Marsha, who's joining us tomorrow, by the way, East London, Essex, East London.
Wow, Marsha.
Yeah, and she says she's obviously at the services, I think, just past Doncaster currently.
So she's coming up to, she must be staying up here tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's a long
Unless
way
you're
to
on the
come.
train.
Oh yeah, that's a thought.
Yeah. How
Yeah,
far is
she's got
Donny from here? Hour?
So when I travel, it's about, yeah, about an hour. Yeah, about an hour.
Yeah. Let us know, Marsha. Excited? Are you nervous? Oh, I love it when we do these craft factories. They're brilliant.
Lovely, isn't it?
And Joy says, Ben, I'm setting my alarm so I do not miss the fabulous Marsha and you and Debbie tomorrow AM.
Oh, that's lovely. Yeah, it's going to be exciting. I love all the craft. We've had some really, really lovely guests so far.
Yeah, I've had some lovely guests.
We have, yeah, definitely.
Some very memorable ones as
well.
Some
memorable ones, yeah. But now, look, you can see on my panels, when you do the lift up and the tucking in, you've got that lovely feature there. And then, of course, we're going to pop in the inside panel. This one is going to sit on the inside as well. If you did want to add a decorative element, of course, just if you remember that this measurement is 7 3/4 by 4 3/4. If you wanted to pop a pattern paper in there, you'd just measure that down to 4.5 by 7.5. However, I'm going to keep mine a solid base, but it's entirely up to you how you create this. But now what we've got, if I just bring those down again, is, I mean, already you can see it coming together. That still looks striking.
It really does.
But we're going to do all the extra bits. Debbie, you're going to put your, it's a good job it don't set straight away, that glue then. I just so notice it all a bit wobbly. That's the beautiful thing about the all-purpose glue, the wiggle time in order to get it back into place. But we're going to set that to one side, because what we're going to concentrate on next is all the decorative bit. We're going to pop a little feature in here. We're going to do a little bit of paper piecing, but we need some acetate. So we're going to cut our acetate to size. So get hold of your acetate and I'll give you the measurements for that in a moment.
We're going to just quickly say it to Jenny in a sec, but just a quick one from Treasure Heart, and just a quick tip if we can on this. So it says, I have so many issues doing proper mat and layers. They always cut wonky, Debbie, says Treasure Heart. Any tips on that? I suppose it's like trying to line it all up, isn't it, really? Line it right down.
Yeah, so when if you're using our guillotine, and I'll just explain with the guillotine, when you look at your measurements, and I always say this, just always remember top tips. Always make sure your card's flush to the top. So if I just give you a little visual, what I mean by that, make sure that card is right up to the top on an even, so it's not sloping, slanting, it's right up to the very top. When you're taking your measurements, so I'm going to do a 2-inch for you visually. When you take it up, push it right up to the top.
Yeah.
Make sure it's lined up on the line. Use the line. I mean, I'm using the really large one here. Hold the finger gripper down, and you've got a perfect 2-inch thickness from top to bottom. It's all about making sure they're lined up. Sometimes if you don't hold that down, and I'll just pop that down and just give you a little what I mean by that. If you haven't got that into place, straight away you know you're going to cut an off-centre piece. I always say as well, if you're going on the inside or the outside of the line, just make sure that you follow, I mean, that is bang smack on that line. Make sure you hold that down tightly. If you hold that down tightly and bring that down, nothing's going to slip, nothing's going to slide. And I'll show you what I mean again. When we go in there now, I'm going to go exactly the same. So this is a 2x2, a perfect 2x2. And again, it's just making sure it's flush and that it's held down into place, so that's not slipping anywhere or moving so it comes off site. And then I always, and I'm with Craig and some of the other guests on here as well, we all do the same. I always go down a quarter of an increment.
Yeah.
So by that, I know now when I go in with this piece, I'm going to go into that 1 1/4. And again, if you've just slightly, and sometimes it looks like it's straight, but it's actually not.
No.
Just make sure you've got it on there, up to the top again, push right up to the top. And I'll go back in with another 1 1/4. And I'm going to hold it down, hold that finger grip. And I know now that that is bang on, perfect, because I've done everything there. And I know what you mean, because it's happened to me before in the past, and it's just because I haven't held that properly, or I've not got this up straight, and I've got frustrated and then thought it with this. It's not thin this at all. It's all those little top tips. Hold it into place. Can you see how it moves? It's got that wiggle for a reason. It's a finger guard, but you make sure you hold it, because if you don't hold it, things can slip very easily. But that is a perfect 2-inch square with a 1 3/4 inch square that you can see is perfect. And it's the tool that enables me to do that. It's just making sure the top tips, holding it, chopping down into it. And I've seen people try and move this arm.
Yeah.
Don't be moving that arm. It's a simple up and down, literally hold, make sure this is flush, and you should get those perfect ways.
I think as well, like, because no word of a lie, I'm doing a little bit of crafting now with my daughter, and I used a guillotine for the first time probably a couple of weeks ago, and it is all about that. And I would just say, from my point of view, just like taking a little bit more time, and like Michelle was saying yesterday, just like absolutely double checking everything that you do, and very, very quickly you'll find that you'll be creating really good mats and layers. I think it is all those top tips. Just take your time with it, and actually at the end of the day, if you are a little bit wonky, it ain't the end of the world. You'll get it right next time. Don't forget, if you are shopping with us, we have got today your opportunity to grab 100 bonus points, and all you need to do is spend £20 or $20. So whatever you do today, whatever you do, like if you're only spending like a couple of pounds, couple of bucks, fine. But if you get a basket total, let's say like about $13, make sure you make it up to the 20, because you're missing a trick if you don't. It's all about making it up to that £20, $20, because you're going to get an extra 100 bonus points if you do, and that is for today only. Right, we have a break in a minute, but let's quickly go back over to Jenny, who is crafting along with us. Jenny, how weird is that? A few moments ago that I showed one of your cards that you made. That obviously keeps you busy then, does it? Designing cards.
Oh, yeah, very.
Do you remember doing this one?
Yes, I do. I recognized it as soon as I saw it. I'm like, oh, that's my card.
Yeah. How are you getting along with this craft along? Is it all coming together?
Oh, yeah. I'm not going to show you anything. You're going to have to wait till the end.
I'm so excited,
really
Jenny.
cool.
I'm so excited.
What do you reckon she's up to, Debbie? What do you reckon she's up to?
She'll be doing something amazing. I know she will. So I can't wait to see Jenny's take on it. This is the lovely thing about craft alongs. You can take what you want from this, like styles of the cards and things like that, but you can interpret it the way that you want. By all means, you can copy from start to finish that real-time crafting effect. That's absolutely fabulous, but it's your own take. When I used to go to classes, and the teacher that I used to watch what she did, but I'd put my own spin on it and my own interpretation onto it. And that's the joyous thing about it. And I had one of my friends who sat at the table, and she was take card, and she'd follow it literally from step to step. So she got that right card, a finished result was the same as whoever's teaching us. But it's the nice interpretation, which is what I'm looking forward to. I can't wait to see what Jenny's got up her sleeve. Be exciting.
I love the fact that she's keeping her card close to her chest. See what I did there? See what I did there? We will check back in with Jenny very, very shortly indeed. Lovely Roseanne, our new crafter, just said, Ben and Debbie, thank you very much for your kind words. I found Crafters TV and have been watching every day. I've learned a ton. I have lots of new toys that I haven't used yet. I'm still trying to get my feet underneath me. I'm off work for the next 3 weeks and plan to do a lot of crafting and watching you live. Well, I tell you what, come the new year, Roseanne, you will be flying. I'm absolutely sure. If you keep watching this place, you are going to be crafting in no time. Let's give you time to check out those baskets. Remember, if you're just shy of that £20, $20 mark, get it topped up over the 20 to get those 100 bonus points. And we will be back with the next part of our craft along with the lovely Debbie in just a couple of minutes.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, $1 or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95 and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Quiet. The neighbours.
I'm all out of Zoom. I'm so lost without you. I'm not singing.
Lisa, if you email in, don't send a picture of your air fryer. Make sure it's something creative.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us. You give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafter's Companion is magical. There's magic here.
Joy, there's not a dry eye in the studio here. Debbie's welling up, I'm welling up.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV. Create every day.
Lots of you checking out your baskets. It's a busy old day. As I said to you, you're missing a trick today if you're not taking advantage of what we've got on our website, because we've launched our winter sale with up to 70% off selected lines. You've also got 100 bonus points when you spend when you spend £20 or $20. So I'm a bit thrown. Debbie's changed over the other side of the studio. There we go. Yeah, there we go. She's just getting something for the demo. There we go. Some questions coming through, which we'll ask Debbie in just a second. She's back in situ. Roseanne says, Debbie, thank you for pointing out about holding the finger guard down. What a great tip. I never thought that this is what causes me to be off my cuts. I've learned something new today. Thank you. There you go, you see. Craft Searcher on YouTube says, I'm chuffed to bits. I've reached platinum today. Way! Whoop, 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 whoop. Thank you for a lovely craft along, Debbie and Ben. You have been great fun, and I'm loving the card so far. Just wanted to quickly show you something which is proving really popular on this show, your small die and stamp folder. This is a really lovely deal again, because you know what? If you want ways to be able to store all of your goodies, and actually this is a great way to be able to store them and of course transport them from here to there. Crafters colours, of course, beautifully made as well. You know, really, really top quality. You've even got your little tag there, so you can label these up if you like to save your dies and stamps by you know, theme maybe, or by you know, particular product. You can do. Inside you've got your little elasticated pocket, and then your ring binder design, which is brilliant, nice and sturdy. And then you've got the magnetic panels. These are great, right, because they're going to store a whole host of dies for you. And this deal's fantastic for the fact that we're going to give you one pack, but then you've also got the second pack in here, upside down, for free. So you're getting 2 lots, so actually 6 of your mini storage sheets. One pack you're not paying for, so it's $15.98 for the lot. Everyone saves 20%, or $17.55 or $15.98 is your platinum price on those. Right, question which has come in from Karen, who says, with that card, do you put writing inside?
Where do you put the writing inside? Or do you put writing inside?
Where do you put writing inside?
Right, so if you were sending this to somebody, back of the card, perhaps pop it off the back. If you want to put a verse, you could cut your piece and pop it in the front and put your verse in there. So if you're using one of the verse compendiums or something like that, you could pop that and pop it into the centre as well. But me, I usually do them on back. I usually pop myself a little piece on the back and then write on the back when I send them. But there's nothing to stop you. The only reason I wouldn't put it on the inside is because you probably could see the writing on the inside, you know, with it being a beautiful design, as in see-through. So I would just pop on the back. So maybe put a panel of white cardstock so that you could write on there, or if you're stamping a sentiment on, that's where I would do my writing. But yeah, great question. Great
Fantastic.
question.
Love that. Any more questions, do get them in and we'll answer them in the final 25 minutes or so. But let's get cracking and moving on to the final section of the craft along. I'm kind of thinking at this point, I know you mentioned it early on, I don't think we're going to have time to do the box as well, are we not?
Probably not.
No. Okay.
I didn't realise it would take this long.
It's because we've been nattering on, to be fair, isn't it? We have been chuntering on a little bit, so.
Yeah, but I'll give you the measurements for a box afterwards, or maybe the envelope. Acetate. So you need some acetate for this one. Construction acetate is probably the best one. It gives you some nice sturdiness as well. So we do lots of the heavyweight acetate on. And what you're going to do is we're going to cut this down to 5 inches by 8 inches. So let's pop that. Now again, same with the acetate, push it right up to the very top. Finger guard, hold it in place. Sometimes a bit difficult with acetate to see, but you can actually, if you get it in the right light, you'll be able to see that. Hold that finger grip, snip that down, that's our 5 inches, and then I'm just going to extend the, I'm going to call it an arm now.
Oh, don't change it. If you call it a leg, you call it a leg. You don't have to follow the crowd. Extend your leg, Debbie.
Extend the leg. And I always thought it was a leg. That's me, that's me, Ben.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And exactly the same. So you're just cutting a slither off because it's just a fraction over. It's about 1/4 of an inch over because it's like a standard A4 size. And then that bit now will sit neatly onto the inside. However, when I say sits neatly, don't forget that this part is floating. So when you are using this bit, and I just want you to take a little care when you're popping this on, we're going to use dotty tape pen onto the filigree design. And let me just grab that. Have we got the dotty tape pens in stock?
We did have. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we have. Let me check.
Good. Right, so all we're going to do is dotty tape pen all over the filigree part, and that will enable your acetate to sit on that gorgeous design, but without putting any glue through, because glue and acetate, they don't really mix very well. So I would definitely be using the dotted tape pen for all of this. However, probably use either a red liner tape. Remember, you've got nowhere to pop glue on this side because it's going to be floating. So maybe pop some red liner tape or your tape pen, because tape pen will work equally as well. So I'm just going to switch that up a little bit.
All right, stock.
Oh, we're not.
The dotty tape pens.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, look, if you may have got some, if you haven't, if you're going to use tacky glue, use the fine tip applicator and go into the areas without putting too much on, if that makes any sense, because you don't want to get any glue splurging through, if that makes any sense.
Yes,
does that make sense?
it makes absolute sense.
Yeah, so you don't want that to be happening. And so what I'm going to do now is, and I'm going to just use this as a straight edge for me popping this down, because if you don't get this on straight, Ben, it's going to cause difficulty when you're popping your stepper on. So I'm just going to make sure, and again, it's sometimes a tad difficult with your acetate to see that, and I'm just going to give that a little burnish over the glue.
Yeah.
Now, if you have gone slightly over, do not worry, because you can get your scissors in. Now, I can see I've gone slightly over because acetate is gorgeous, gorgeous medium, but tricky. Tricky in the fact that you can sometimes get, you can miss it because it's so see-through. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to take a slither off at the ends like so, and I'm just being careful not to cut into my cardstock with this. Props would be better with my little snippy scissors because I don't want to, in fact, you know what it'd be better with? My craft knife. Yeah, I'm going to move that to one side and just get my craft knife in there. What did I do with my craft knife? Did I put it back? Did I put it away? Oh, it's there. Sorry, Ben, sorry. So I'm just going to grab and just take off that little slither. Again, just take your time. There's no rush. You can take your time till that's come off. And if you want just to make sure, all you're going to do now is, again, do all your folds. And again, that's why it's, oh, I can see, look, little devil. I wish I'd put that on straight. I've just seen there's a big chunk down there, so I'm going to have to just go in and just snip that down.
Yes.
Yeah, just snip that down. Take your time with this bit. And again, if you are positioning it, just make sure you position it. In fact, do you know what you could do, Ben? Instead of cutting it at 5, you could probably cut it to 4 3/4.
Got you.
Might make it a little bit easier. Just, yeah. Yeah, I will probably go with that. Oh, again, I've done it again, haven't I? Doing it after the event. I hope no one's watching this. I hope you're watching it beforehand. Before you're starting to craft along and taking notes. And I'm just going to trim off the bottom. So yeah, perhaps just cut it down a fraction by 1/4. I will be a bit generous there, but there's always ways and means.
That is it.
Absolutely. And now I've got the lovely, and it gives this lovely floating element here down the side. So can you see that lovely, like a glass feature, isn't it?
Really
but it's going to make it easy now when I'm doing my paper piecing, because I'm going to pop some pink into here, and we're going to do a bit of paper piecing, and I'm going to give him a little bit of a blue tuxedo effect as well.
Oh, a blue tux.
Yeah, I'm going with blue, so which is why I've chosen royal blue and baby pink, because I think that'll stand out really nice and look lovely as well with that. So I'm going to use the die again, and I'm going to cut the blue bits first.
You've never heard of this as well, but Anita says,
Yeah.
rewriting the message, add a pocket to the back of the card, write your message on a piece of paper to put in the pocket. That way the card can then be resent to someone else by the recipient.
That's
the card that I made.
Genius.
That's the tip of the day, Anita. I love that. That's so
That's
good.
upcycling
That
at
is
its
upcycling.
best. That is absolutely
Brilliant.
fab. I love that. Excuse me a moment, Ben. That's corker. That is an absolute corker.
Card recycling. Just let you get a tricky, but Panda Crafter says, I thought I'd missed a bit, but I've already got my acetate on. And Robbie's saying, I love my dotty tape pens and always keep plenty on hand. I just ordered the regular tape pen when it was on sale the other day. I am set for a while. Just to say as well, whilst Debbie's been crafting, I have just had a look at the Crafter's Companion website. It says winter sale up to 70% off. I've seen 80% off deals as well, just saying. And I've also seen up to 70% off elements from the chinoiserie collection, 70% off elements from Vintage Diary. Just saying, just pointing it. You've probably seen these deals already, but yeah, winter sale 70% off. I've seen 80% off deals. Have a look, they are there. Wow. Oh yeah.
Wow, wow, wow. There's some bargains to be had, and of course, we caught a glimpse of her earlier. The lovely Leanne's in the building.
She's in town.
She's in the building, and we're going to be... Oh, Debbie.
Oh yeah, well, she's in the building, and there's you slapping the dice.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Is she there?
I think she's gone. She was up and down the corridor a minute ago. Yeah.
3-hour
Leanne Cartload coming up.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a fabulous one, that. It's going to be absolutely fabulous. So I'm just going to peel that back for a second, because what I'm going to cut out... Oh, do you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to do the...
What didn't you do?
The embossing bit.
Ah.
Oh, Debbie, what are you like?
What are you like?
What am I like? I wonder if I can get it back in. Let's see if I can get it back in. Can I get that back in?
Will you?
Yeah, I could get that back in. I might have to hold it in place. How are we doing for time?
You've got
what
18
on
minutes.
Earth?
We'll put a clock up on the screen in a minute.
Don't you dare. Not having that again.
If you missed Wake Up Call earlier on, do have a little look back. It was the second of our cracker. I don't know if it's got an actual name, the feature, but it's... What's the feature called? What should we call it? Pull a cracker.
Pull a cracker?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
I don't know, that's what I'm calling it. Pull a cracker and then find out how stressed out you're going to be in the following 10 minutes trying to create a card.
Oh my God, I don't think I'd honestly... total stress. Utterly total stressful situation that was.
It was fun. I thought you did brilliantly. And we'll be doing it again next Wednesday on Wake Up Call. Apparently Michelle's going to be taking part in that little I didn't call it an experiment, in that little competition. We might want to pre-warn her that that's coming up, so she's got a bit of an idea as to what she's letting herself in for. But it's all good fun, isn't it? It's good fun for us.
The thing is, you don't know what's in the cracker, so you can't really prepare yourself. You can't really prepare. That is the fun. Ain't it funny, though, that it's the stepper card that we're doing on the craft along? Isn't that weird? That is just so weird. It really is.
Weird. And it also makes you think about how quickly 10 minutes can fly by.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Now, what we're going to do on this, Ben, is we're going to take the snippet out of the jacket. So you're going to need your scissors for this bit. And I think what I'm going to do is, let me get my little piece here that I've already pre-done, but I'm just going to visualise where I'm going to cut this. I'm going to cut up his leg.
Oh, careful.
Be careful. So I'm going to release these, and I'll be using some of these pieces as well. You could use some of these pieces. I'm going to cut up the inside leg. Yeah, I'm going to cut up there. Let's make sure I've got that bit right. That one, and that one. Yeah, I'm going to cut up there like that. Because I don't want his hand on. I don't want a blue hand. So we're going to snip out his hand.
Not a Smurf, is he?
No, and then we're going to snip up this part. And then we're going to snip around his collar.
Oh, okay.
That one and that one. We don't want a blue head either, so we're going to miss his head off.
Right.
All right. So this is where you can, get a bit creative. I'm going to cut around the neck line, like so. I'll go just snipping out little features here. I'm going to cut up now this part of his leg. So let's go in, and this is when you need your little scissors for this.
Yes.
I'm not sure if the little scissors are in stock, so it's worth going and having a little look over on the website. In fact, I'm just going to remove this a second because I'm going to make my life easy for myself. Let's just get rid of all that bit. There we go. Because now you can see it a little bit better as well. So I'm going to cut up this side of the leg, and I'm going to go around his shoulder. There we go. Get rid of that floral piece. And then I'm going to cut down, let's go into the inside of his leg like so. And now you can see you've got his little tail part. So that looks perfect, and that's going to sit over, when I go into, it's going to sit over the top and it's going to highlight. Now again, if you want to make life easy for yourself, just place it over, but you can see how it just brings out that detail of his jacket. So just put that to one side for a time being, and I'm going to bring in, oh, do you know what I could have done? Oh, Debbie, what are you like?
What?
These are deep cut dye technology. I could have done 2 pieces.
2 pieces at once.
What? Do you know, sometimes I just don't think, Ben, I just don't think.
You've had a day of it today, Debbie, to be fair, haven't you? So
yes, I
we'll let
know.
you
So, yeah. Right, so we're going to do now the paper piecing part. Now, for this bit, obviously clean your dye out, but we've got plenty of time, haven't we?
15 minutes.
Yeah, be fine. Let's just go in a little bit. I'm not going to worry too much about... yeah, that'll be fine. So we're going to cut in again. Let's cut into the metal shim, like so. Plastic shim, and the other cutting plate over the top. And the only bit I want here now is the waist. So this is the bit that you need to take a little bit of time with, because I'm just going to pick out the waist pieces. So I'm going to release those from the die themselves. I'm just going to put that through there, like so. And then I'm going to give you a little top tip on how you can create a little bit of silvery background on the girl's dress as well, and that's by just using part of the die to use it as a template. So I'm just going to pop that to one side. But when I'm doing this now, before I take it off, I'm going to grab my poker tool and I'm going to push out his face. Sounds grotesque, but bear with me. And so I'm going to pop that there. I'm going to pop it on my acetate. I'm going to push out her face. I'm going to keep that bit, and you can see it there.
Well, yeah, make sure as well that you do sort of pop these to one side so you know exactly where they are, because if you get muddled with these.
And that's it. So, and that's her arm. So you can see I popped her arm out. What else do I need? I need a hand. So her hand is up here.
Like a crafty surgeon here, Debbie.
I know, this is it. This is the best thing about a little bit of paper piecing. Of course, there's lots of easier ways to do it.
It's a bit like Operation Johnny.
So we've got a hand. I need his neck. So I'm going to go in with his neck.
Oh, careful, yeah.
Like so. Oh, where did that go? Oh, right, there we go. Yeah, just be careful with this bit. So again, do the waist bits first. Don't bang them all out at once, because oh my God, you'll be picking forever and a day. Pick out those features. Where did you go? There you are. Let me pop that on there.
Turn your fan off. Has it blown all
No, I know. I've just realised I got my fan on. It's fine. Don't worry. This will be fine, because I've got some already laid up on a piece. But so you've got her face, his face, arm, and neck. The man's neck. Let's put that round there. What else do we need? Bit of his ear. Bit of his ear. So let's go in with that one.
Frankenstein's monster here.
And pop that there. Because we're going to go back in with those in a moment. And I think her face, arm, his neck, his face, his ear. I'm going to keep that to one side just in case I need to come back to that. Let's just move that out of the way for the time being. Bring him back in our card. Now, when you're doing this, bit of tacky glue. Is going to be the best one. Or you could use things like, if you've got Xyron. If you've got Xyron, you could run those pieces through the Xyron, I know, it's been waiting for absolutely donkeys trying to get this back in. I'm going to, tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to just pop a bit on my hand, actually. Rather than going in, unless you've got your fine tip applicator, be very careful with that bit, because it could splodge out and ruin your design.
And why are you using tacky here as opposed to like your all-purpose?
Because it's going onto acetate. Right. It's a really good glue. But I'm going to bring in my sticky up pencil for this, because always helps with these pieces. So let's go in with her head. That is her head, isn't it? Could use tweezers as well, actually.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, tweezers would be good. Jan loves a tweezer.
She does.
And I've got to go in.
Oh, she loves a tweezer.
She loves a tweezer, she does. I'm not gonna lie. Tweezers aren't my favourite. No.
Why so?
I can't get on with them. I just can't get on with them. They're good for other things. You know, for holding, like when I'm doing heat embossing. Yeah. They're good for that, because I stop from burning my hands there. Right. So let's see if I can get in with because we haven't got a fine tip applicator here.
You haven't?
That'll do. No. No, I know. Right, I'm going to go in.
What's that, his face?
It's his face. Trying to pick it up. Position.
What are you picking out there with a sticky pen?
I've got a sticky, from Sticks 2, it's a stick-up pencil. Okay. It's like for your little gems and things like that. Now then, her arm. Yeah, definitely go in with a fine tip applicator with this.
Oh, Charlotte's coming in.
Is she coming in? What's she coming in with?
No, she's zooming in. No, she's
She's zooming
no,
in.
she's not literally coming in.
I thought I'm looking for. I looked up. I thought she were in. But again, can you see it coming together now?
Yeah.
It's looking really.
It's very
lovely.
satisfying to watch this.
Do you know,
Like, putting together a jigsaw
actually, I
puzzle.
forgot how enjoyable paper piecing actually is. Sometimes, because of speed, the way that we do things here, sometimes we don't often get the opportunity to do this.
Yeah.
So it's nice. It is nice.
If you had like a bit more time, then would you paper piece it all in different colours, or are you just going to the minimalistic effect?
I'm going for minimalistic effect, just because of the time as well. Forgot to put a bit on her hand. Hang on a minute. I remember his ear, but I forgot her hand. But again, it is very satisfying doing this. And I know it might come across as fiddly, but do you know the end result? Oh, it's so worth it. I always say it's worth the fiddle and the faff. The fiddle and the faff.
It's worth the fiddle and the
Fiddle and
faff.
faff. Oh
Yeah.
God, look how lovely that's looking.
It's coming on
I
beautifully.
love that. And then I'm going to put my jacket round him too. So let's pop it. In fact, let me get a little bit more on my hand. You could pop this onto some acetate and dap it into the acetate, or you could use your glass mat again. Did say it was a tool earlier on. Absolutely, it is a tool. You could
What
pop
a tool.
What a tool it is to have. And then I'm going to go in around.
Oh, this is amazing.
And this is a different way of doing it, but I'm going to get a little bit of a...
I want that suit.
Do you want that suit? I could
Yes,
see you
I
in this
do.
suit. I could see you in this suit, Ben.
Oh, I do love a nice suit.
Absolutely.
tuxedo.
And I've given it just a teeny weeny little bit of a drop shadow as well. But you could, of course, if you want to do it proper, go straight on there. But again, look how lovely this is looking. Now then, for the dress, you could... And I'll show you mine, but you know, using one of your waist parts, you could snip a little bit out. Now, what did I do with it, Ben? Oh, it's there. You could snip the dress out. So you've got the dress feature, and then take a piece of silver glitter cardstock and use it as a template. So just pop that onto there and use it as a template to cut around the outside, like so. And again, just little top tips.
Rachel just said the blue suit version of the foil press shirt. No, I would not want the suit made out of the same material that the foil press shirt is made out of. I mean, you would be sweating in places you wouldn't know about if you wore a suit like that, wouldn't you? Can you imagine?
Oh my God.
Dear, oh dear.
That'd be funny. And then again, I'm just using this as a template because this now is going to sit behind, and I ain't had to faff too much because it fits absolutely perfect. Let me get into a bum place, positioned into a bum. There we go. And it's going to sit behind the back of there.
Got
It
ya.
just gives it a nice little feature and just sits underneath as well. So I'm going to pop on there now. In fact, I think what I'll do is, because I don't want any glue to seep through, let's pop this on.
Shadai just said, I love paper piecing because it keeps me calm. It is very therapeutic. Again, personally, I've done it once a couple of times actually, and I think if you're in a rush, you're not going to do it, are you not? But
No,
if
I
you've got
know,
a bit
yeah.
of time,
Yeah.
it is quite
Therapeutic.
rewarding.
And that's how you attach the lovely skirt underneath. So she's got now a lovely little feature. He's got his lovely feature of his jacket, just makes it pop a little bit of there. Maybe a diamante or two.
Oh, hello.
Let's have a look, see what colour I've got in here. Oh, I think this blue will look nice. Oh, yeah. Let me bring in my little diamantes. Obviously, this is your... Ooh.
Well, hello, what's you found now?
I've just found my little ones. Hang on a minute. Let me bring my little ones in just for a second.
Your little one what?
My
Oh,
little
your diamantes,
gems,
your
yeah, my
gems,
little
all right,
gems. And I'm just going to add little features just to give it a little bit of a uplift. So I'm popping some onto my flowers, like so. Where else can I put one? Oh, I'll put one on another flower over here. This is me when I call it titivation. This is when I just add a little bit of
What?
not Shanaz.
Shania Twain, I thought you were going to say then.
Oh, I love Shania.
What?
Schnazzy bit? Schnazzy? Is that a word? Schnazzy?
Schnazzy?
We'll go with schnazzy.
Why did you say it like that?
Yeah.
Schnazzy.
Sparklies. Bit of
Sparkly.
sparkles.
Pizzazz.
Pizzazz, that's it.
Oh, yeah, you came up
Pizzazz.
with a word, didn't you, where you combined, what was it, snazzy and
Snazzy and pizzazz. I can't even remember, honest to God. But do you know, that just give it a little bit of a detail. Do you know what else? I wish I got enough. I'd go around all the bottom here where all that beautiful raised element is. Oh, I might put a couple on a dress. Let's pop up a couple on a dress.
You only got 5 minutes left.
How many?
5. To the end of the show.
Oh God, Ben, I were going to do a box
And
of
we've got to see
everything.
Jenny's surprise card. And you weren't, no, you're not going to get time to do your box, are you not?
No, I ain't got time to do a box. Whoops. No. Well, I tell you what, I ain't got time to do either. Actually, I'm going to move you out. You're going to go in there, in that one, because I'm going to put my little sentiment. Any sentiment's going to work with this, can I just tell you? I've just gone for On Your Special Day, and this has come from the Swirly Floral stamp set. Okay. So if you want to look that up. And then I'm just going to add as well, just in the top corner, just for speed more than anything. God, look at state of me. I've got mess absolutely everywhere, Ben. I'm always the same.
Is John going to have to get his broom out again?
Yeah, because Leanne's coming in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oops, I've covered his face. Come on, pop that over there, like so. Don't want to cover your face, no. Add your little sentiment on. So you choose a sentiment that works. It might not be a wedding card, this especially, and it could be absolutely anything. Let's go in.
It's been an anniversary. Oh, he's in with his broom already. John's here.
Yeah.
He's ready.
He's ready with
go.
his broom. Look at him, he's coming in with his broom. My God. Talk about eager beaver. Oh my God, that's a big broom. Look at the size of his broom. Goodness me. He's all eager, he is. He's coming in for the kill. But there you go. We have completed. There you go. Do you know what else would work though? Do you know those gorgeous alphabet dies?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could personalise that. But again, you've got your beautiful staggered stepper card here. I'm going to be careful because I've got my fan on, so I'm going to be careful. Bit of paper piecing. But I hope you've enjoyed the craft along. I'm just going to hold that up like so and pop it on there. There we go. But showing you how you can create that lovely dimension. Sorry, I'm trying to get in angle at camera. Create that lovely dimensional stepper. And I think you might agree, with a little bit of ease, it's a lot easier than it looks. And those dies are fabulous. And don't do a Debbie. Cut 2 pieces out at one time, because that's the deep, what do you call it again?
Deep cut technology.
Deep cut technology, absolutely fabulous. But yeah, that for me is just one of the ways that you can use these fabulous dies.
Oh, what a brilliant craft along, and so nice to see it broken down into those stages. And I know the lovely Jenny has been crafting along with us. So let's get Debbie's take on this as well, because Jenny, so you've done something slightly different for your card, have you?
Same design. I did the same design. I just used a different die, and then of course changed the colors up. And then I didn't do the paper piecing. I did glitter markers and paint pens.
Oh,
whoa!
That's snazzy.
Oh my goodness, that's beautiful, Jenny. Beautiful.
My bow popped off.
Don't you worry, show it again.
So
Show it
Show
again.
us again. They've got you on full screen now.
Yeah, we've got a big screen, so let's have another look.
My bow fell off. But
oh, isn't that beautiful? That is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Have you enjoyed the craft along?
Oh, I have very much.
Oh, yeah. Well, that is a beauty, and I love your take on it and the difference that you can do. And showing you, once you've got the style of the stepper, any one of those dies will fit into that stepper. You've got the measurements, you know how to do the stepper now. Now you can create any of them and fit to your own colour scheme, like how gorgeous Jenny's just done with hers. Absolutely. Thank you very much for joining us, Jenny, because that was a beautiful card. Absolutely gorgeous. Love the colours. The colours, Ben. Oof.
And just fantastic, 2 completely different looking cards, but using the same technique that Debbie showed you there. Jenny, yeah, thank you from me so very much. Are we going to see you again before Christmas? Are you joining us on another show, or is that it for now?
Nope, that's it for this year, as far as I know.
Well,
unless they need a last minute one, but
you never know with this place, you never know. Well, listen, thank you so much. We've thoroughly enjoyed your company on all of the shows you've joined us on, and from all of us here at Crafters TV, have a wonderful Christmas, and we'll see you in the new year.
All right, and you guys as well.
Thank you, Jenny.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, fantastic. Always brilliant. And again, hopefully showing you that if you are new to this collection, it's a great collection to be crafting with, and you've got this craft along. That's the point. You're not left kind of to go your own and do your own thing. You've got this craft along to use whenever you get your goodies back. Debbie, you've been awesome as per, and it's you and I all day tomorrow, isn't it?
It is indeed, for all 3 shows, Ben, for all 3 shows. And I'm really looking forward to meeting Marsha. So I hope you have a safe journey up, and wherever you're staying, enjoy your night as well. And we'll look forward to meeting you tomorrow. And I can't wait for tomorrow as well, because we've got tons of things on again, and brand new launch day.
Yes.
Treating you just before Christmas, treating you to some brand new dies. So join us for the launch day as well. And if you want to join us early, come on to wake up call, not only for the craft factor, but the sneaky peeks of what's to come tomorrow as well.
Those dies are fantastic as well. You'll have seen that little sneaky preview we did the other day on those, but make sure you join us. Colour Me Happy, of course, tomorrow as well. But we're not finished yet here today. We are back. Myself and Leanne will be here from 7 o'clock UK time, 2 o'clock East Coast for a 3-hour winter sale. Leanne's special cartload. You will not want to miss it. We'll see you back here in a couple of hours. Bye for now.